Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back again with another mod guide. And we're back in our Logistics Pipes map. I am going to keep adding on to this map, and we're going to keep coming back to it for more lessons on Logistics Pipes, because it is a very deep and very useful mod. And I really do want you to follow along and watch the map grow, and have us learn together as it grows. So, getting into the review part of what happened last time, we got basic functionality and basic setups going. These are chassis pipes, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. Logistics Chassis Mark II. They have 2 slots. There is also... Let me get that up. Oh, by the way, everybody always criticizes me for typing at mod dot. I'll tell you why I do that. Yes, I can do at Logistics Pipes, but let me show you something interesting. At Ender Storage, right? Ender, that should only have mods that have Ender in it. Ender IO, like right here, and Ender Storage. But I get all sorts of clutter, like plugins from Forestry, because Ender Goo, it's in the title for the item. Or Hardcore Ender Expansion, of course. But then there's stuff like, oh, where was it earlier? Metallurgy. There's no Ender anywhere in that. And that happens a lot in very big mod packs, unfortunately. So, a lot of times, if I just do this, the only thing I'm getting right now for mods is things that start, not contain, but start with Ender. And that narrows down my typing and my possibilities very, very quickly. So, there is a reason for me doing this. It's not just old school or me being stubborn. It's efficiency. Now, we have Logistics Pipes going. There's, of course, the different tiers of chassis. There's the base pipes that do certain things. Request and supplier and provider and things like that. But we got into the chassis very, very quickly. The Mark I with 1 slot where you use a module. Mark II, Mark III, 3 slots, 4 slots, and 5 slots. So forth. We got into storage and using modules like polymorphic item sinks or regular item sync to provide specific things. Now, we also got into the request table, being able to make and request, being able to request whatever we want from our storage. Now, one thing that's changed since last time, in this chest, I not only have stone, gravel, cobble, and sand, I also have coal. And I need to make sure that I have coal, because I'm using an item sync on this. I'm not using a polymorphic item sync. I need to make sure I have coal on there. So now, coal automatically gets routed. Which means if I take one of these stacks out and put it in our extraction chest, there it goes, right back in its home. So, that's the original system that we did. Now, you'll notice we have an addition here. By the way, I don't know why the sky does that. I'm not sure what mod is causing that, but it's kind of annoying. And I cannot help it, unfortunately. So, we have a white ender chest, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. There is nothing in it as of yet, and what we have hooked up to it is a supplier pipe. Now, this makes sure that certain things always stay supplied in this. So what I'm going to do is get half a stack of stone, and remember, I can only interact with these with a wrench. Right-click. I'm going to put half a stack of stone right there, and I have it set to partial. And as you can see, oh, that was a transfer right there. Now, if I open up the ender pouch that's linked to that, I have 32 stone. If I take out half of that, it automatically gets resupplied. And so on from our main stocks. It's a very good system, very cool way to have things at your fingertips anywhere in the world. And I very highly recommend it. It's one of the strong points of Logistics Pipes. Now, there's something else that's even cooler that we are going to actually get into here in just a minute. Excuse me, excuse me. There is also one thing I wanted to get into with you is mod and or dictionary based item sync cards. Now, we have, let's see, right here, in this chest, we have a whole bunch of ore. But we never put a card in here. So what we're going to do, actually, I also will need... just going to do that. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, we're also going to need one of these and or dictionary item sync. Now, here's the thing. Since we are specifically looking for or dictionary to pull everything, and it's not polymorphic, we don't need to worry about leaving a last of every item, because this will always make sure we have the right stuff in there. So what we're going to have to do now is we want to get one of every single one of these that we've already got. I'm going to go in here, and you just get this, left click, and you see it says or coal, and it adds it. And it's just putting a ghost up there in the top right, the top left. It's not actually holding one of those items. This allows me to put every single one of these in here. It supports any mod or that is declared as in the or dictionary, which is very, very good. So now, if I put these in here, you should see them whizzing through the pipe. And all of our numbers are back up to 64. So, this also means that if I take out all of the iron ore, you remember with polymorphic item sync, it needs to have at least one in there for it to work. But with the or dictionary item sync, it all goes straight to where it's supposed to go. Very nice, very neat. Now, the card for mod-based item sync does the exact same thing. But, go back around here. Provider pipe and mod-based item sync. We are going to tell it, I want everything from logistics pipes main put in there. I'm not actually sure how many logistics pipes parts there are. Is that different? No, that's the same thing. Okay. So now, if I get a stack of logistics pipes, put them in here, it will go and find a home right away. Very nice. This means you can have a chest that is specifically for Thaumcraft, or another one for Ars Magica, or you can mix them. Like for this one back here, if I wanted to, I could put, let's go in here, logistics pipes main and buildcraft transport. So that means all my buildcraft pipes and all my logistics pipe stuff goes to one chest. That's very nice. It's very useful. And when you have chests as large as these diamond chests are from iron chests, the mod, it makes it very, very easy to organize, to store, to sort. And it'll spoil you very, very quickly. Now, that's some of the basics of some of these different kinds of pipes. I want to get that and put it down there. Next, we're going to go over... no, not one of those. Let's see. One of those. We're going to branch over the line here a little bit into a second area. This is a logistics crafting table. Now, I'm just going to grab one of those real quick and show you. This is the recipe for them. They're very, very cheap. They do not require any power other than being hooked up to a logistics pipe network. They don't use any power unless you're actually crafting something with them. But they're very, very simple. That is just a stone gear, which is a wooden gear surrounded by cobble, which is just 4 wooden sticks. Wood on the outside corners here. You've got a crafting table at the top, storage chest at the bottom. And they're actually quite simple to make use of. Now, in this one, I literally have 1 jungle wood set in the middle to convert to planks. Now, what is that going to do for me? Basically, you have to hook this up with a crafting pipe. That's what this is right here, a logistics crafting pipe. Right-click, and I'll show you. Now, it has inputs, and this is what the output is. This is what it's asking for right here, and this is what it's going to give in return. So you'll notice now, if I look in my wood chest, I have jungle wood, but there's no corresponding jungle wood planks. So if I go over here, you'll see, where did it go? Jungle wood, planks. No, not there. Let me turn the clutter off real quick. So jungle wood planks right there. If I request, let's say 12 of those, it is going to go over to the auto crafter and turn them into logs. I mean, from logs into planks, and then send them back to me. Now, here's the thing. Where's that going to go? Yeah, okay. So polymorphic item sync needs to have at least one in there. So here's the thing. If I know that when I convert a log into a plank, it makes 4, but let's say I only want 2. What happens? Well, it's going to make 4, send me 2, and then the other 2 go here. It splits it intelligently and automatically. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. Now, this is basic request table stuff when interfacing with the actual crafting table. Now, I'm going to set up one of these right now. Basically, what I'm going to do, let's get one of those. And I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle those around. That is my crafting pipe right there. I'm just going to put the logistics crafting table on top. And let's go get some of those wood that we've got. I'm going to turn it into sticks. Now you'll notice real quick, it has a grid down here that corresponds. It has a little ghost image. This is where it takes things in for the recipe it has, and then it puts the output back out through the pipe. Now, there's another step to this, though, that a lot of people forget. You have to go to the crafting pipe, right-click it with a wrench. You're going to do import. That's very, very important, because now it knows, oh, I need to ask for 2 wooden planks. These correspond to the different slots in the actual crafting grid, or the ingredients for the slots in the crafting grid. Let me rephrase that. It's going to ask for 2 wooden planks, and it's going to give out 4 sticks. So now, if I go all the way down here, and I ask for 4 sticks, it's going to make the necessary sticks. If it doesn't make this, doesn't have the planks for the sticks, it'll make the planks from the logs. You following that? So now, even if, let's say, I have no planks in inventory now. You see, it says it's keeping 1 because of the polymorphic item sync. It's hiding the last one so it knows where to sort it. So there's no sticks and there's no planks. But I want 4 sticks. It is going to first turn logs into planks, then planks into sticks, and send it right back to me. There it is. Very, very cool. I like it very much. It is a great system. Now, there's another thing that is usable with these, called the crafting sign creator. It's not very hard to make. It is basically some redstone gold silicone chips, some redstone diamond silicone chips, 2 gold, 1 diamond, a sign, and all you do is you get this thing and you right-click on a crafting pipe. Jungle wood planks. Actually has the ID number, I think, of the item itself, but it's the picture of it right there. If I come over here, sticks. That means when you have a room that's filled with these auto crafters, it is very easy to tell which one has what recipe in it. Now, this thing normally has a durability. Because I'm in creative, you're not seeing this, but it uses a little bit of durability every single time you use it and make a sign with it. So these do have a limited durability and a limited lifespan. You're going to be making more of them long term. but they do last a while. So, yeah. Now, we have this thing in the middle, a furnace. What is this? Now, this is a crafting pipe on the top, but there is something called a satellite logistics pipe on the bottom. If I go into the settings for this, you'll see I have a satellite. It's set to 1. Go down here, satellite ID, 1. And it's looking for the next nearest, basically, satellite of that same ID. So now, we actually have 8 sand as an input and 8 glass as an output. So if I go down here, I can actually request, I want 4 glass. What it's going to do is send 1 piece of coal into the bottom. That's what came down through the satellite pipe. It sends 1 coal into the bottom and 8 sand into the top, because it only takes 1 piece of coal to smell 8 sand, or 8 items. So it sends 1 piece of coal, 8 pieces of sand, and it turns it into 8 pieces of glass. Those 8 pieces of glass are now being sorted somewhere. One by one, they're being sent as they cook, because basically this is pushing in and pulling out the result. So what we get is our 4 glass. The next one should be along right there. And the rest of them will go to, in theory, this chest right here. This is our default path. I don't know if you remember this. Provider pipe. Nope. Sorry. Item sync module. Default route. Yes. If you have something that has no other place on the network, it has no other home anywhere, it goes right here. That's where our glass is going. So, we go over to our request table now. You'll see that it's registering. We have glass in that storage chest. I've also requested glass, and it can make more on demand. Now, here's something that I'm going to need to show you now that we're getting into auto crafting. You have both this button right here on the request table, craft, supply, or both. That's what that means. Craft is things that are specifically set up to be made. Then there's supply, things that already exist somewhere on the network, that's already in storage somewhere. And then, of course, there's both. I always keep it on both, but that's me. So, yeah. Mouse. We have now resources that we can make or that we can request that already exist somewhere. It's very nice. The benefits of having this whole system where you have the supplier pipe, the satellite pipe, working in conjunction with the logistics pipe, is that you now have it to where you can automatically request things on demand that require processing. For instance, if you have a good supply of charcoal because you have a tree farm, well, you could set this up to automatically supply furnaces with a piece of charcoal and then smelt 8 sand into glass, or maybe 8 cobblestone into smooth stone. The possibilities are fairly limitless. It's very, very good to do stuff like this, because this means now that you can put these somewhere at the bottom end of your base. You don't have to worry about running power to it, because it's not a redstone furnace. You're supplying it with basically already existing coal or charcoal from your tree farm, and you just let it go. I really like stuff like this. It means you can hide it away, and it's low to no maintenance once you get it set up. It's very, very cool. Plus, furnaces are made out of cobblestone. Cobblestone is basically free. So setting up a whole room of these things is really not going to set you back that much. The crafting pipes and stuff like this might set you back a little in terms of resources, but what they'll do for your automation, I think, is very, very much worth it. So, this is really just the starting of automated crafting. There's a lot more that we can do, but I thought this was going to be a good jumping off point. Now, there's still one step that we can do. We have sticks, and over here we have coal. I want to actually do, let me get one of each of those, is I'm going to make, let's put it back here actually, because we can junction right here. I'll put that. Crafting pipe. Crafting table. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say 1 stick, 1 piece of coal, and we get torches. Now, wrench, we right click, we do import right there. So the network now knows it can make torches. And what we can actually do, just for the sake of thoroughness, torch. So, we go all the way down here. I am actually going to make four of these. And now, if I go up here with my handy-dandy wrench, we still have this supplier pipe, remember? I'm going to put those in there, and I'm going to tell it, whoopsie, left click. No, why is that not working? There we go. So right clicking with the item, I'm going to go 12 all the way up 32. Now this chest, I'm just going to put those in there. We'll always have 32 torches supplied to it, which means when I'm off somewhere, open up, take out 16, and if it does not have the replacements for that, it will automatically make them. You can see it scurrying off on the right. It goes, it sends the supplies, and it makes it as necessary. And because we have this crafting system set up to automatically make planks and automatically make sticks, even if it doesn't have sticks for this, it can make the parts for the sticks as long as we keep jungle wood logs, in the supply. As long as we keep that number topped off, we have a constantly restocking supply of torches at our fingertips. Now, it is important to note that this partial is what I really like the best, because that means if you go down by 1 or 2, it'll make enough to fill that request up, and it'll top it off. If you do, there's full, there's bulk 50, bulk 100, infinite, I'm not even sure I know what that is. Partial and full basically are very, very dangerous things. You'll notice when I put it on full, it started filling the chest up. So now it is resetting the numbers back to what it thinks it should be. Put these back in the system, and they don't go to the supplier pipe by default, specifically because the supplier pipe has been told, keep this specific number partial, so fill it up only to this number when it starts going down. Don't put extra in here. So you do not get extraneous stuff showing up in this chest. This is why this is such a good system. It's very easy to make a one ender pouch that has building supplies, adventuring supplies like torches, food, cobblestone to build with, sand and gravel to use over lava pits. Whatever the case may be, you can have it at your fingertips right here, and it's very, very nice. It spoils you very, very quickly. So this has been a visit, a quick beginner visit to auto crafting using the crafting pipe and the satellite pipe. And we will be touching more upon the satellite pipe in the future. We will be using it more with other things in the future. But this has been touching on crafting, auto crafting, and supplying, much less a couple of new sorting methods we didn't touch upon last time. So I think I'm going to cut it off here. I think this is a really good point for you to maybe rewatch if you didn't get it all, and to absorb and think and start experimenting yourself. I really do encourage you to just do what I'm doing right now, is to sit down, snap things together in a creative world, and just play. It is sometimes the best way to figure out exactly how something behaves and how it works. And that's what I like doing. So I encourage this. It's good. It helps you kind of develop a certain fearlessness for experimenting with new mods. And I think that's a good thing. So, this is Vaygrim, signing off. Until next time, thank you very much for spending your time watching my videos. Bye-bye. This is a real quick addendum. This is to answer a question that was asked quite a bit from the first episode, part 1 of Logistics Pipes. This is very specifically to answer the question of, can you have more than one pipe connected to a chassis pipe and just use polymorphic item sync on all of them? So if I get provider and polymorphic item sync, remember, one item per type, polymorphic item sync automatically shows a home for anything that's already in a chest. So here's the trick, right? If I put down this chest right here, you'll see it has this lighter colored, I had to look it up on the wiki, it's orange connection point. That's the pipe it's actually talking to. You'll see the same thing over here. If I put one on the side, it's not orange, it's red. That is basically an indication that it is connected to that chest, but it's not using it. It is a kind of a false connection. So if I put a chest on each side like that, let's put yellow wool right there. I'm going to put lime wool right there. Gray wool, and down here on the bottom, cyan wool. Now it should be, in theory, you would think that I can put stacks and all of them would show up in all of these chests, but 2, 3, 4, the only one that shows up is the first chest I set down, the first connection it made. All these other ones don't. They're going over here to the default destination. So this does not work. Unfortunately, you cannot have multiple chests connected to one pipe. I'm guessing the Logistics Pipes designers intentionally did it that way because it would be kind of cheating on resources and cheating on efficiency. I think also because it would make pathing and routing a little more difficult, because you would have one pipe connected to 4 possible destinations as opposed to 1. So I'm not 100% sure why it did this. You'll notice, by the way, that I do have this chest connected down here at the back, but it didn't interfere with it. That is an indication of intelligent routing on Logistics Pipes parts. Now, if I wanted to, I think I can... Can I do this from here? Whoops, wrong part. There we go. A pipe plug from Buildcraft solves that problem, just in case you get paranoid about it. But it's actually not an issue, because Logistics Pipes intelligently route. Stuff will not randomly end up in certain places. It is sending specific things to specific places. So, this is in response to your multi-chest connection to one Buildcraft chassis pipe or one polymorphic card. Can't do it. Not possible. Sorry.